And I'll give the call to the Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I join with the Prime Minister in his fine words and acknowledge in the gallery today, representing the police family, Acting Commissioner Ian McCartney, Acting Deputy Commissioner Lisa Gale and Acting Assistant Commissioner Stephen Demetto. In the aftermath of the tragedy, we reflect on what we've lost and what we've learned. Constable Rachel McCrow was sworn in as a police officer last year. Her friends said she was a selfless-natured person, a genuine care for others. She was a person that always went above and beyond and took pride in her job. Constable Matthew Arnold was a triplet. His former principal said that he was a talented athlete and that he'll be remembered as a man of service, of integrity and compassion. Alan Dare was due to celebrate his 26th wedding anniversary on Wednesday. A resident of Tara described him as a kind man who looked after disadvantaged teenagers. Constable McCrow, Constable Arnold and Mr Dare meant so much to so many. And for those many, of course, there will be much pain and sadness now and enduring. For those of us who didn't know Constable McCrow or Constable Arnold and Mr Dare, we'll continue to hear about their lives and their deeds in many tributes. Our nation clearly has lost three wonderful Australians. Three people who embodied compassion, commitment, and courage during their lives and in their final moments. Certainly those qualities that we will remember and which we will revere. It's those qualities which will continue to inspire confidence in us to confront evil wherever it lurks. Mr Speaker, I want to also acknowledge and pay tribute to Constable Randall Kirk and Constable Keely Brough. As the Prime Minister pointed out, and others have said, their bravery, their composure and their quick thinking in extreme has helped save their own lives as well as others in calling for backup. And we certainly wish Constable Kirk a speedy recovery from his wounds. Mr Speaker, at the National Police Memorial here in Canberra there is a walkway, and engraved into that walkway are the words of loved ones, fellow officers and community members in memory of those they lost. There are these tributes. She had special qualities of reliability, of dedication and community spirit. And another. That man was a godsend to the area. It needed someone just like him. And whilst those words speak to specific individuals, of course they also capture the ethos of Australia's law enforcement community. Australians have always been able to rely on those who wear the uniform at a state and federal level. They go into the line of fire and into danger zones so that we don't have to. And I hope that the virtues displayed by Constables McCrow, Arnold, Kirk and Brough continue to inspire the next generation of young police officers. Mr Speaker, I want to acknowledge the work of Commissioner Katarina Carroll, her bravery, her leadership, her inspiration. Equally, I want to acknowledge the contribution, the support of the Queensland Police Union headed by Ian Levers and the associations and the Federation that do great work around the country in providing that day-to-day support and the support in years to come. The depravity of this incident is what has struck hardest. On September the 29th, many of us went to police memorials around the country for the commemoration day to mark those who had lost their lives in the service of their state or the Commonwealth. And every one of them a tragedy. But in this instance, what has hit hardest across the country is the execution style and the complete disregard for the human beings that these officers were. The premeditated nature of the attack, the callous lack of heeding the pleas that would have echoed in between the gunshots. Mr. Speaker, I want to acknowledge the work of all of those who attended the scene. The forensics officers, special emergency response team officers, those included in the many police officers who will be scarred from this experience. By chance, as I returned from Toowoomba earlier this week, we came onto a highway to return from Toowoomba back to Brisbane, and the motorcade was there. And carrying the bodies of the officers, the highway blocked as they progressed down to Brisbane to the John Tong Centre. And it was a reminder of the good and the bravery that they displayed. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Prime Minister for the condolence motion today. I say thank you to all of those that have provided support and comfort to the families involved, all of those that have attended police stations. There are many reports of local communities, particularly in Western Queensland, of running out of flowers, and the tributes will continue for some time to come. Our thoughts are obviously also with the officers of the Tara and Chinchilla police stations, but the Queensland Police Service more broadly, the Wieambilla community, represented ably by the Leader of the Nationals here today. It's particularly difficult as we head into Christmas, and we should all spare a thought and a prayer for those who have lost their lives, but for those who continue to serve over Christmas to keep us and our families safe.